Welcome to this completely unnecessary podcast for Tuesday, August 6, 2019, alongside Plucky Ian Ferguson.
Plucky.
I'm Paltry Pat Contry. Today we'll be talking about Ninja streaming on Mixer, not Twitch. GameStop firing a bunch of dozens of regional managers. The Game Boy 30th anniversary. A Kid Icarus sealed game found in an attic and auction for $9,000. Some fun with Zelda in China, and a Patreon poll. Besides the tariffs, and your Q&A. Real quickly, unfortunately, there were a couple of mass shootings that happened again over the weekend in Texas and in Ohio, and of course you had. Besides the reasonable solution, people were saying, oh, we should look into stronger gun control laws, and how about stronger universal background checks, something that 90% of Americans agree with, that passed in the House, no problem. People,
but, Mitch won't bring that.
Yeah, the House, the Senate Majority Leader is tabling things like that to be voted on, just like securing our elections. But you had a lot of politicians, just about only GOP, talk about violence in video games as a contributing factor to gun violence, and it's tiring to talk about, since we brought this up I think last year, and I know I've talked about it in NoxCon podcast, and we talked about there's no absolutely zero link to between gun violence and violent video games. Every other country in the world has the same violent video games. Japan has a ton of video games. Europe, they play the same video games, and they don't have the gun violence we do. It's a bad scapegoat. I'm sick of talking about it. We have to reiterate that, because we can't let lawmakers try to control the narrative about why this stuff is happening.
They don't want to lose money from lobbies. They simply want to scapegoat it and move on to the next thing, so they don't have to take any real action. Yeah, the
NRA contributes to Republicans, in particular Mitch McConnell's one of them. And the NRA is at least partially backed by Russia. At this point, it's almost a foregone conclusion that they are. So the only thing I could say, obviously, it's terrible. And at the same time, you have a buffoonish president stoking the fires of bigotry as much as he can. That doesn't help at all, obviously. And so I'm going to say that just, we have elections in a little over a year and a couple months. Just vote how you think you should vote, to vote out the people who are not doing a goddamn thing to try to change our climate, and make me try to make me a little less fearful of going out in public, because I hate to say it, some of these conventions now I'm thinking about in the back of my mind.
I always worry about it. I always worry about it at conventions.
And this isn't. I don't think this is. I don't think it's a political partisan issue. It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be.
People make it one.
They make it, but it's ridiculous. It's like climate change. People make climate change a political debate when it has nothing to do with that. It's a science debate. Climate change. It's not politics. It's ridiculous. Just vote out who you think should be voted out. Hold your politicians accountable on the local level, state level. Hold them accountable. Vote them out. Get active. That's one thing I could say if you don't like the direction of where things are going. That's all I'm going to say about that, unless Ian has anything else to add over there.
That's about that.
Okay, so on a positive note, well, first off, we're going to be at Long Island Retro Gaming Expo this weekend, Ian. I saw your little Twitter video.
Oh, did it get posted? I didn't see it. Nice.
It did. I think I'm going to do one. I'll just do one and tweet it myself. That's in Long Island, baby. It's at expo.liretro.com, and that is August. Is that 11th and 12th?
10th and 11th.
10th and 11th. 3 days and counting beforehand. And there's going to be pinball, museum, guest speakers, tournaments, musical guests. You're going to have me and Ian hanging out, probably doing a podcast panel. You're going to have the Cheap Ass Gamer podcast. Our pal Leonard Herman. You're going to have the Modern Vintage Gamer. Frank Cifaldi will be there. My Life in Gaming guys, Retronauts, Vinny from Vinesauce, and a bunch more. So again, go to expo.liretro.com for tickets and information. And I'm gonna get a slice. Ian. Hey, Vinny!
I just can't.
We need a cheese pie here, Vinny.
I want I went White Castle, and I just can't get that Frank Cifaldi guy out of my life.
No. Can't get you out of my head. And then I just was at Missouri Game Con, and it was my first Midwest Midwest convention.
I heard it's a good one.
It was good. I had fun. It was a one-day one. I was always leery about one-day events because it's a lot to, you got to set up, do a panel, and then break down all in one day. It's a lot to do. But I sold out of all of a certain NES Guidebook, which, by the way, is going to be, the truck broke down on the way to the warehouse to restock them. That's not even a joke. It should be restocked hopefully today or tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Sherry and
This Oregon Trail.
Sherry in Atlanta has been coordinating with me. She's been a peach about, truck broke down, Patrick. I want to tell you. I'm like, oh, well, Sherry, it's not your fault. And then the certain Super Nintendo Guidebook is actually getting proof right now, and that should be going to print this week. Oh, but anyway, Missouri Game Con was really fun. Thanks for everyone coming out. It was my first Midwestern one. Very flat, the Midwest. That is true. It's very flat. You don't see any mountains anywhere. And like San Diego, New Jersey, you look around, you can see mountains eventually somewhere. If you look somewhere, or at least tall buildings, you can't see any of that.
Oh, yeah.
There's no tall buildings. I mean, this was outside of St. Louis by about 15 minutes. You're like looking around like you can't see it.
Was it very flat as well?
I just said it was flat.
Flat. Okay.
That's the first thing I said. It's flat.
Yeah.
Flat and low, Ian.
Every time I go back to
There's barely
Buffalo,
any hills.
Yeah.
There's like one hill was like that. It's like, oh, we're on a little hill. It's all flat.
Every time I go back to Buffalo, the first thing I notice is just how flat everywhere almost in the United States is. That's not California.
Yeah.
You come back to California and you think you're on a freaking roller coaster just driving.
Compare
around.
it.
Yeah.
In California's not even that much. I mean, some areas there's hills and stuff, but so Jay from the Game Chasers was with Norm there with me, as our pals, and they decided to take me to Golden Corral.
Buffets are the worst.
No, buffets are fine, Ian. I've been to plenty of buffets. I just never been to a Golden Corral before.
Okay.
And I hope Golden Corral is a potential sponsor of the podcast, or potentially be. But the reason we went there is because one time we were going to go to one, I think in California, and it was just opening. It was going to be a brand new one. We literally pulled up to the Golden Corral. It was listed, and they were still building it on the inside. So we go to Golden Corral on Friday night,
Whose choice?
Not mine. They insisted. Norm and Jay insisted.
All right.
They're like, well, we were supposed to take you to one before. And like, that wasn't like eating away at my soul that I didn't go to Golden Corral. I don't think they understood that. I think they really wanted to go.
Sure.
And that was their excuse to drag me. I never said, guys, let's go to Golden Corral ever in my life.
I need endless meatloaf.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so I value my meals meals to me at a convention are private time. I get to unwind and distress, and especially after I traveled and unpacked a bunch of books or set them up. So we go to Golden Corral, and we go there, and it's what I expected. The decor was like a 1987 kids clothing shop, like how the carpet was and everything else. It was out of date. It looked like a Kids R Us a little bit on the inside, slightly.
A lot of gravy ground into the carpet.
Yeah, Kids R Us without the colors, without the purple and blue colors. And then we had the food. Salad bar was okay. I mean, it's hard to screw up a salad bar. If you screw up a salad bar, you die. So everything looked fresh. You had the eggs and the bacon bits or whatever else. That was fine. Then we went to the actual food. I had the bun, the bun, the honey bun. It's no cheddar, it's honey bun. That's all I'm going to say. It was a little bit stale. And at this point, I'm not whining. I'm not complaining because when I don't have food I like, I tend to let people know. I'm giving it a chance. I'm giving it, okay, maybe the bun's just bad. And then I started having some of the chicken. And actually, the fried chicken was okay. It was edible. Then I had the ham. I had the sliced ham, the fresh ham. And I saw Jay had it. So, oh, ham, I'm going to go get some. Or I think Norm had some, or Jay. I went and got some sliced ham. The guy sliced you some fresh ham. Fresh ham, Ian. I should have looked at the ham before I ate it. The ham was gray.
Ooh.
It was grayish.
Grayish.
So up to this point, I'd survived. I had some mac and cheese. I had some collard greens. Greens were actually good. Again, if it was vegetables, you're in better shape. I get a fork full of ham. And I go, Norm, can you get me a napkin? Spit it out. The ham was bad. And Jay was like, it's okay. No, Jay, it wasn't. The ham was bad. And I think it started sinking that this was a bad experience, even for them. So then I was like, I had to settle on? What actually was decent? The taco bar was actually, the taco meat was okay, because people were eating it. It had been sitting there for like 8 hours. My opinion, not a fact. Allegedly, some of the food was there for potentially 8 hours. Oof. But yeah. And then Jay afterwards said, "Yeah, Pat, you're right. It wasn't good." I'm like, "Thanks for admitting that." They said, "Oh, but you wanted to go." I said, "No, I didn't want to go. I didn't. It was not my mind before you brought it up when I got to St. Louis." And I was like begrudgingly accepting it.
I may have
I said,
expressed light interest in going to
a year
one
and a half ago. Yes. Yes, a year and a half ago. But that's why, and it's also why we can't have universal health care, because it's a place like Golden Corral. That's all I'm saying.
And their gray ham.
And their
Gray-ass ham.
bottomless fried chicken, things like that. But Long Island, we're gonna grab a slice. But otherwise, people running Missouri Game Con were great. Had a good experience there. It was fun. The panel felt like stand up. I was actually walking around with the microphone. I was like, "Oh, this is fun doing stand up." My dumb routine there. No, I don't do stand up routine there. All right. Anything else to add, Ian? Oh, Ian's birthday! Yay! Ian's
We
gonna
didn't
be.
need to bring that
Oh,
up.
sure we did, Ian. It's on the 9th. So Friday, everyone wish Ian a happy birthday. He's gonna be on the plane. Are you leaving on Friday or Thursday night?
Thursday night.
Okay. Well, Ian's got a present for me first. He's got something for me.
I threw it at you.
It's down here. Okay. It's probably the worst condition one, but 3 years later, Pat gets Ian's birthday present. Pat gets a Bloodsport shirt back.
It's the one that was the most to the right in the.
It smells like Ian.
It smells like closet.
It smells like Ian. So this is a 2016 special from Thomas. Thank you, Ian, for giving me my present back.
I think it might be 2015.
You think it's 4 years?
I think it's 4 years.
Do you feel better now giving me a present that is mine, a gift that's mine?
I feel the same.
You feel the same, which means you're a sociopath. Ian's a freaking sociopath. We confirmed it. Well, the reason I wanted you to bring this to me, Ian, is because I could not, in good faith, give you a present from the guy that got me this present without getting my present back first.
Uh-huh.
So Thomas got you a present, Ian.
Okay.
So Ian, open a present up.
Thank you, Tom. I'm opening. Opening now.
And it's wrapped in Justice League wrapping paper.
It's funny because he gave me pins the other day.
Oh. It's in a long box. What is it? What is it, Ian?
Oh, it's the Bloodsport soundtrack.
It's the Bloodsport soundtrack. Show the camera there, Ian.
That's awesome.
Then that's a hard to find limited.
It's Paul Herzog.
Hopefully it's the original.
It's the German.
Is it the original Kumite
German
version?
pressing.
Not
Yeah.
the crappy Kumite remake that
Nope.
they did. Okay,
It's
so
the original.
that's Thomas. So basically, what it comes down
Thank
to,
you,
Ian,
Tom.
is that I had to ransom back my present from 4 years ago in order to give you your birthday present. But hey, it all worked out.
It did.
It all worked out. So
Nice.
next week I'm wearing this. I'm gonna cut off the sleeves. This is gonna be Pat's Bloodsport workout shirt, right there. I might put it on right now. I might strip in front of the camera right now.
Oh, gross.
Gross. You've seen me eat a burrito shirtless. It's fine, Ian.
That
happy
soundtrack
birthday, Ian.
is fantastic.
Ian, what are you turning? 37? You don't.
Yes.
You don't know.
Yes, 37.
Okay. It's 2 years younger than Pat.
I had to make sure it wasn't 38.
We'll celebrate Friday night. We'll get a slice. Hey, Vito, get a slice for Ian. It's his birthday, huh? Yeah, it's my Long Island Italian voice. It's a little bit off.
I'm just going to eat a Crave case.
A Crave case?
Yeah.
Like Taco Bell? What is that?
No, Crave case is White Castle, 30 burgers in a suitcase.
You get like a little suitcase?
Yeah.
You get to keep the suitcase?
It's a
Is it
little
plastic?
cardboard suitcase.
Okay. Well, happy birthday. Well, wish
Thank
Ian
you.
a happy birthday on Friday.
Appreciate it.